A while back I got a comment suggesting that I should do a tournament of sword fighters, and honestly I thought that was a fantastic idea. So I thought, you know, I've got plenty of Amiibo to make using only sword fighters. Turns out I had 35. So what we're going to do is we're going to use this wheel here, and we're going to eliminate 3 of them so we can go down to 35. So let's go ahead, spin the first. And the first to be eliminated is Original Flavor Matt, which is probably for the best because we all know he's kind of terrible. Okay, second one spinning here. And Martha is out as well. First the father, now the daughter. Okay, and the last one to be eliminated is Courage. A tournament of swords. We have quite a few players here. Mom, Cory, Pyro, Ganondorf, Bombs, A-Steve, Dad, Cory, Youngling, BestBoy, Bruh, Mando, Marar, Liliana, Lank, Mike and Ike, Sparky, Gideon, Protagonist, ThirdMat, Siri, Power, Lucy, ThirdMat, Ganondorf, Mithra, Bingus, Wingus, Robbie, Wisdom, ThirdMat, and Diggy. Let's go ahead and get the show on the road, shall we? Mom and Cory have fought before, but they've never really fought one-on-one together against one another. I guess that's not really together, that's kind of the opposite of what together means. But Cory did have a surprising comeback in the last tournament that we did for Untitled Amiibo Training Series Season 1 finale. So let's just see how this goes. I swear, every time I have to tell the story of the Corins, but it's Mom is that original Corin. Well, not the original Corin. The original was the one that I bought from Target that got lost in transit. That is the one that's hanging on my wall. But Mom is the one that I got from GameStop after having the first Corin refunded. So, yeah, that's and she's doing really bad, if I'm being perfectly honest. She's doing incredibly bad. Oh, I forgot to mention, in the rule set, this is basically the exact same rule set that I use most of the times I do tournaments, except that I have turned on items for this tournament. Specifically, only sword items are being included. Most of these Amiibo have not been trained with items on, so that's just kind of like there if they want to use anything that's kind of like an extra sword. But, you know, that's up to them. Mom chooses to pick up the firebrand thing. See if she actually uses it here. She doesn't appear to be using it very much. Nope, she decided she didn't want to use it. Cory with an E now has her final smash, so I'll have to see what happens here. Oh, missed, but got double, so a potential for a second. Oh, she missed both times. Not a whole lot happening, if I'm being perfectly honest. Cory with an E, still ever the taunter. Ooh. That could be Cory with an E out of stock. Nope, she made it back. Okay, that's her out of stock. Mom is suddenly taking control. Nope, never mind. Cory with an E just immediately slapped back at her. They really like throwing swords at each other. Which I think is probably going to be something that happens a lot.
Your fate is clear.
You keep saying the fate is clear, but you have yet to do anything about it, Cory with an E. Oh, there he goes. She got it. Okay, and just like last time, Cory with an E is progressing to the next round. But also, like every other time, Mom does not progress. Next up, we have Pyro and Ganondorf. Now, Ganondorf has not had a whole lot of appearances, but he is a bit of a powerhouse in his own right. Now, I did have to kind of stretch sword fighters here because Ganondorf doesn't always use his sword. It's not his primary weapon. But I did ask on the community tab on the channel if we all thought that Ganon would count for a sword fighter, and he was deemed to be includable. I didn't actually notice that Pyrophyte has lost 2 stocks. I remember she lost 1. But she really needs to pull her weight here because right now Ganondorf has not used his sword at all. Oh, come on, Pyrophyte. Use your final... There. He was using his sword and he didn't end up getting to use it. Well, at least he didn't progress forward because that would have been embarrassing. To be invited to the Tournament of Swords and to not use your sword. ThirdMat and Martha didn't even make it into this tournament while you did, Ganondorf. So just let that sink in. We could have had 2 more actual sword fighters, but we somehow landed with this doofus. Okay, so next up we have Bombs versus Steve. Kind of like Ganondorf. Bomb's primary weapon is bombs, but he does have a sword, so he does actually use it. Like right there, he's already using that sword. He didn't hit, but he used it. See, Bombs has already used his sword way more than Ganondorf did. Thing about it is, Steve has to go in and actually start attacking Bombs, because if he just stays far away from Bombs, Bombs is just going to keep throwing bombs. Ooh, the combos there from Bombs. Kind of gotta respect that as well. Lots of respect going on here. Well, okay, there we go. I was about to say, nothing has happened in a very long time. But finally, Steve lost another stock. This one, this fight has lasted quite a bit longer than the last ones did. They're both down to 1 stock, but yeah, I was about to say Steve is significantly more damaged than Bombs, who had not yet taken any damage from his last stock. To the surprise of no one, Bombs progresses. I didn't want to just do it back to back, but we have the other 2 Corins here, both Dad and Cory with a Y. I maybe should have spaced them out a little bit more, but it is what it is. Now, I'm just going to assume that in this one, Cory is going to win, because Dad has never particularly been that great. Honestly, even in editing, I'm probably not going to linger on this fight, because we've already had a fight between 2 Corins. This one is just kind of like a formality. Okay, yeah, to the surprise of no one, Cory's the one who he advances. Okay, next up on the list we have Youngling, one of the stars of this channel, and BestBoy, who hasn't really had much of an opportunity, but honestly is kind of a surpriser. He's a bit of a sleeper hit, honestly. Alright, so far, off to an interesting start. No, don't you be doing bomb stuff too. You need to be your sword. Yeah, you're using swords now. I don't know why I sounded drunk just then. I swear, I haven't had anything to drink in a few days. BestBoy is the one who is currently in the lead. He probably won't be able to keep that lead for super long, but, you know, Youngling is not one to be trifled with. Case in point, he's holding on to that final smash. They're both having final smashes. Youngling missed final smash. This is surprising. BestBoy is trying to get into a good position, which was not a good position at all, so they both missed their final smashes. I guess maybe BestBoy is just being the best boy, and it was like, you know what, you messed up your final smash, here, I'll waste my own final smash. We're on even footing here. He really is the best boy. Youngling was like the king of the Amiibo Nuzlocke that I did a while back, and right now he's kind of met his match, surprisingly. I wouldn't have thought Roy, of all characters, would be his match. But Roy seems to be doing really well. Okay, that final smash could be what he needs right now, if he can pull it. Oh, and he got it. That does give him the lead. Oh, and that got him all the way through. I didn't think it would actually kill at that percentage. But Youngling, the Amiibo Nuzlocke champion, moves on. Okay, 2 Alumni of the Untitled Amiibo Training Series Season 1 are coming together. Bruh and Mando Season 2. Now, I don't know who I'm voting for here. I think I'm kind of voting for Mando, but Mando, he hasn't been the best. He's not really shown himself to be particularly that great. And bruh, as much as we kind of don't like him, he has been pretty consistently okay. Yeah, I mean, look at that. Bruh has already started out, and he's got Smash, which is going to do a lot of damage if he can land it. Oh, he's changed over to Jump, which got him back to the stage. Despite Mando's best efforts. And there it goes. That's pretty much exactly how I thought that was going to go. Next up we have Marar versus Liliana. I really want Marth to be good, but he's kind of another situation where, despite my best efforts, he's not necessarily been that good. Liliana, on the other hand, is very powerful, so I bet she's a shoo-in for the next round. Oh, the sword throws! Like, they treat pretty much every item they pick up. Like, I don't know, like, is that just a thing that Amiibo do? Because it's like they pick up every item and treat it like it's a thrown item. Is that just what something my Amiibo do, or what? Good parry there. Oh, but now Marar has final. Ooh! Interesting dodge there. I thought she was just done for there. Liliana is taking no prisoners. This is the hardened Liliana storyline. Yeah, good luck there, Marth. Surprisingly, could not recover from that. Could have tried to dodge and then that would get him closer to the platform, but just decided, nah, I'm good. I don't want this. Oh shoot, I didn't do an intro. This one I honestly don't know. It could potentially be Ike, honestly. Ike isn't particularly the greatest that I've trained, but you never know. He might just be able to pull something off here. These are two early days of training while I was still trying to figure out how to train Amiibo, so they're both not great, but Ike has shown some potential in the past, so he might just be fine. Ooh! Surprisingly good move from Lank there. My money is still on Ike winning this one. Oh, okay, my money is now on Lank winning this one. Okay, Ike, come on, you have your final smash, use it this time and don't miss. I want to believe in you, Ike. I want to believe, Ike. I want to believe. Ooh, perfect headshot there. Somehow Ike did that. I mean, I suppose Ike was pretty powerful last time around, so I guess it makes sense he would continue on, but that fight was kind of war of attrition. Okay, next up, Sparky and Gideon. Sparky, who was my original Robin amiibo, and Gideon, who is my second Byleth amiibo. And both of them are clearly not the favorites of the family. One thing's for sure, Gideon ain't gonna put up with Sparky's shit. I'm stepping onto the other side of the room because I'm putting on my pajamas while all this is happening. If I'm gonna record, I want to record in comfort. I'll be perfectly honest, I paired Sparky up with Gideon because I wanted to pair her up with someone who could get her out of the tournament, like, first round, because I didn't really want her to be here. I was kind of hoping that the wheel would eliminate her, but it eliminated Matt and Martha instead, which, honestly, they probably would have been better to have eliminated, but, you know, I wanted everything to be fair. Everybody got a fair shake. Would Sparky use Thoron? Sparky knows how to use Thoron. She never uses Thoron, unless she learned it from Robbie, which I'm hoping she did. She could stand to learn a lot more from Robbie. Alright, I'm back officially now. Much more comfortable than I was prior. Oh my gosh, now I haven't really exactly follows this, but Sparky's on her last stock and at 60%. Gideon's still on his first and has only hit 42%. Okay, well that's Sparky dead. Okay, next up... Oh, speaking of Crom, this is going to be an interesting one because both of these guys are, like, legendary. The second Mat, who appears as, like, a guy that other Amiibo go up against, and with good measure has always been one of the toughest guys. And Hero, who is also just one of the toughest guys, and was a formidable adversary to a lot of my other Amiibo during Season 1 of Untitled Amiibo Training Series. Ooh, okay, never mind. Protagonist is, like, taking an early lead. Here I thought second Mat stood a chance, but, perhaps not. Yeah, this was a much shorter match than I was expecting. Mat, I am very sorry, but you are dead. Oh, somehow he's not dead yet, but he's not long for this world. Okay, yeah, there it is. Okay, next up we have Siri, the combo queen herself, versus Power. A real powerhouse of an Amiibo. I don't know what I'm saying. Oh, jeez. This is gonna be... Oh my gosh, Power! I thought Siri was gonna be a formidable adversary, but I think I miscalculated how powerful Power is. Because holy crap, Siri's struggling. The queen herself. She's gonna have to be a lot smarter to... Never mind. Okay, I miscalculated this matchup, so Siri, I'm very sorry. You were done dirty by me in this tournament, and I cannot begin to apologize enough. Oh, no, Siri, I'm sorry. Okay, now Lucina is going up against her false father. Thing is, Lucina is doing really good, but she's leaving herself open too much. And that's exactly what ThirdMat is taking advantage of. No, Lucina! You can't lose to this poser of a man who pretends to be your father. I'm kind of mad that ThirdMat was winning there for a bit. It's an even playing field, so it's anybody's game, but at the rate this has been going, I think Lucina's gonna lose. Okay, there it is. So maybe Lucina's got this, but I'm terrified because his finals match is supercharged. Okay, she managed to not take as much damage as she could have there. So that wasn't awful. And she's getting better at sword throwing. Oh jeez. But Final Smash could seal the deal for her if she lands this. Oh no. That was your shot, Lucina. You have to win this the old-fashioned way now. No, the knee. This imposter walked in, said, "I am your father," and then used that to murder her. This is the man you call the cops on. Okay, so now the glass Ganondorf has returned and is fighting the Mythol armor. We're gonna have to see if Ganondorf uses his sword, because if not, we maybe made a mistake allowing him into the tournament. Come on, you remember this is the sword tournament. Okay, he pulled out his sword. Didn't really do anything. Okay, there we go. That's the first one out. Mythol. Honestly, I'm rooting for Mythol because we might have another case of sword guy. Okay, he frustratingly is pulling out his sword. He's just not really attacking with it. Well, he did well enough to get Mythol off screen, but that is not going to be enough to actually win him any favors because he is still at a 2-stock deficit. Well, you know how that... Well, we kind of expected that was how that was going to go, too. Both of the Ganondorfs are eliminated, and honestly, they probably shouldn't have been here in the first place. Okay, now this is a showdown that I have actually been looking forward to, and was one of the reasons I really liked the idea of doing this tournament, because I had a Cloud Amiibo and a Sephiroth Amiibo, both of whom did awful in the old tournaments. But after those tournaments, but before I started doing Untitled Amiibo training series, I retrained both of them to be better. And I actually still to this day haven't put them to fight against each other. So this is finally the time where Bingus and Wingus are fighting each other for the very first time. So now we just straight up have a Final Fantasy reunion. And I honestly, I don't know how these guys are gonna go. I wish I had made videos on these guys because I put a lot of effort into both of them. That was there are a lot of things that became somewhat quote-unquote precursors to the Untitled Amiibo training series, just amiibos where it was I could have made, if I had thought about it, they would have made for entertaining videos. These two are two of the three that kind of planted the seed of having the Untitled Amiibo training series in my mind. The other one was actually Youngling, who we saw earlier, and then after Youngling I started training the Ice Climber Amiibos, and that was when I had the idea to make the Ice Climber Amiibos into a video for the Stanza 991 Amiibo Tournament Round 3, since the Ice Climbers were going to be appearing in that tournament as wildcards. And, throughout all of that, I wasn't even paying attention to the fight because I was just talking, and the fight's already over and Bingus wins. Once again, I did not say anything about the next matchup, but this is Robbie versus Wisdom. Two more formidable fighters, because Wisdom, despite having a bit of a rocky start for an Amiibo in his training, Wisdom turned out to be pretty dang good. And Robbie, of course, fan favorite, and by that I mean I don't actually know if fans like her, I like her. She's a me favorite. Was the first episode of Untitled Training Series that I felt really, really, really good about, even though she was the second episode. I think she was the second episode. Was she the second episode I recorded, or was she just the second episode that I released? It's kind of foggy in my mind because the day I started recording for Untitled Amiibo Training Series, I actually recorded 4 episodes, one after another. I know Shulk was the first one I recorded, and was the first one that was released. But the same day, I also recorded Robin's episode, I recorded Daisy's episode, and I recorded an episode for Pokemon Trainer, which didn't end up being released. I'm honestly thinking about revisiting that one and releasing it for Season 2, but you might see some of the cracks in how I originally did it, so I might even just, if the old episode doesn't appears salvageable to me, I might just retrain the Amiibo and put it out as an episode, because Pokemon Trainer was another one that I kind of want to do an episode on regardless. I just wasn't feeling the episode when I originally did it, and probably a good portion of that was just because of the fact that I did 4 of them in one day, which is definitely not the greatest idea I've ever had. Ooh, I love how she does that straight out of Final Smash. Okay, she's got another Thoron here. I would love it if she ends the fight with a Thoron. Come on, Thoron. 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 Come on, Robbie, please. I want a Thoron. It would be so cool, Robbie.
My strength is yours.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Okay, in the last fight of the first round, we have ThirdMat and Diggy. Okay, here we go. Now that's where Diggy... Nope, never mind. Diggy is struggling hardcore right now. Oh, never mind. That was a pretty sick move from Diggy. Alright, she's getting her second win. She's doing okay all of a sudden. She just had a bit of a rocky start, that's all. Oh, okay. Yeah, that was pretty good. this is a lot more even than I thought, because I just thought that ThirdMat was gonna just run away with this, but Diggy started like actually being good as it kept going. Yeah, that was a pretty swift. As soon as they started complimenting Diggy, that's when ThirdMat was like, "Hey, look at me instead." Okay, round 2, first fight, we have Cory versus Pyro fight. Now, Cory nearly won the last tournament, but was taken out by Mythol, who was the same fighter as Pyro fight. So, you'd have to see if maybe Cory can have a little bit of a redemption arc here. Starting out strong with a very good dodge into a not very good series of dodges. Actually, you know what, Cory, having a bit of a rocky start here, to say the very least. Okay, but now she's getting a good couple hits in. Not enough to save her from that first stock. That was a tough one. Oh, but returning in kind. That's the way Cory does it. Oh, and that was a good dodge, and into a not very good dodge. Okay, she's not very good at blazing end. The Pyro fight is seemingly reluctant to use her final smash. Never mind. Not looking great for Cory. I think it's a little too late for Cory to pull an upset at this point, as much as I would love to see that happen, because Pyro fight is like one step away from being one of my disappointment characters. She's not bad, she's just kind of... Oh, well, there we go, that's... We were hoping for a Cory redemption arc, but apparently it was a Pyro fight redemption arc. Okay, oh boy. Once again, do we even need to show this one? Well, that went about as well as I could have expected. But now we have Youngling versus Bruh. Honestly, Bruh's another sleeper hit kind of guy, whereas a lot of the times he doesn't really seem like he should be good, but randomly he can just really feel it. Like that. He is really feeling it all of a sudden. He said it twice in a row. And honestly, he's kind of pulling it off. Okay, Bruh pulls first. If Youngling lives this, he could potentially still pull his. Nope. Well, he'll get his final smash here momentarily again. Okay. A mostly even playing field. Youngling can still pull this off if he's careful. They're pretty comparable in damage, although he did just take the link. Or he took the lead, I mean, he is the link. Oh, and this final smash could potentially, this could do it. The biggest comeback of all from Youngling. He is still the Nuzlocke champion, and he is not gonna die today. Still, surprisingly good performance from Bruh there. I can't even lie, that was actually pretty damn good. Okay, Liliana versus Ike. Have these two fought before? I don't think they fought before, actually, no. They were in the same tournament bracket. No, they weren't, actually, because Liliana was in round 2, but Ike was in round 1. I was thinking of Roy. Roy was in round 2. My money is still... Ike's really good, but I think my money is still on Liliana. Like, if this wasn't, like, proof enough why my money's on Liliana. Like, he only managed to hit her in his second stock for the first time. Oh, he can't come back from that. He can't come back from that. He had to go out with one last ether.
Make him be praised.
Okay, now it's Gideon versus Protagonist. This could be interesting. My gut reaction is to say Protagonist has got this, but Gideon has some solid training behind him. He might be able to pull it off. Okay, Protagonist. Okay, this is So far it seems like my gut reaction is correct, and protagonist seems like he's got this in spades. Gideon is not backing down though. Like, he is trying his absolute darndest. Ooh, good axe throw. Oh, that's not good for Gideon though. Oh, but missed. Pyro almost never misses. Ooh, Aaron Bar almost got that one. Is it Arid Bar or Arid Bar? Okay, well that's... He still has a bit of a lead, but Hero does a lot of damage, so he might not be able to keep this lead. Hero is clawing back the lead all of a sudden. The Gideon is refusing to let him have the lead back. Oh dear, though. If he lands that final smash, that is curtains for Gideon, more than likely. Oh, but Gideon also with final. It might just be a chance of who pulls first. And Gideon has a little bit more range with his final. Protagonist did not even use the final. Although Gideon's final is also going down, so you gotta use it or lose it. No, they both decided to lose it. Oh! Threw him up into that sword. Gideon might actually have... He did it! No, not yet. Hero is refusing. Oh! Gideon very nearly had that. A lot closer than I thought it would be, and that was with me expecting that Gideon might pull something, but jeez. I'm a little bit sad that both of my buy lists are out. Well, now it's time for Power and 4THMat. Can 4THMat power through, or will he be overpowered? 4THMat with the first hit of the game, first 2 hits of the game. Oh, don't you start with the bombs as well. I can't believe Youngling recovered from... Or not Youngling. Power. I can't believe he recovered from that. 4THMat has 2 swords. He missed his shot with that sword. He's missing a lot of shots, honestly, which is surprising. But he does somehow take first stock, which I was not expecting. Ooh, okay. Power's making a comeback. 4THMat still has not had an opportunity to use Final Smash, which is surprising. Like, every time he seems to get close to it, Power just takes him back out. He's gotten pretty good at avoiding Boomerang, so okay, well here it goes. And he has... Nope. Power jumped into the Final Smash, so that was perhaps a mistake on his part. Oh, but if this Final Smash hits, 4THMat is done. Honestly, 4THMat is probably... Yeah, he's done. The imposter has been eliminated. Okay, Mythol and Bingus. Bingus kind of rocked the world last time against Wingus, so if Mythol can withstand, we'll have to see how it goes. Not wasting any opportunity, Mythol immediately switched over to Pyro to get that extra damage boost. She's doing significantly more to him than he's doing to her, though, so that is something to take into account. Ooh! Badly timed dodge there, Cloud, Bingus, whatever your name is. Bingus McDingus. Ooh, good dodge from Mithra. Okay, there we go. His final smash was landed. I never actually even talked about it, too. The way that Bingus got his name originally was that when I streamed Final Fantasy VII over on my Twitch channel, I didn't realize that in the original 1997 version of the game, you could name the characters. So I asked chat what I should name Cloud, and the top result was a Bingus, so that's why his name is Bingus. Well, Mythol takes that one pretty handily as well. Last fight of round 2, it's Robbie versus ThirdMat. It's a husband-wife reunion. Although, which Matt would she actually be married to? I suppose, since she's the second Robin that I trained, I suppose her partner would be second Matt, but I guess ThirdMat will do. This is just Crom from another universe. Robbie's coming back on her old shenanigans here, so it might still be good. Yep, okay, that's the Robbie we know and love. She knows that this is not her Ran. Or would ThirdMat be her husband? Because technically ThirdMat is the one who got a video in this series, along with Lucy, who would be her equivalent daughter, so it's hard to say. Oh, he went straight through her the first time. Ooh. Ooh. Although we might... No, wait. That's her. That's her man. That's her man right there. That's the real... That's her real husband, Crom. It's the one that she summons. Of course. How could I be so foolish? And since it's like default Crom, I guess that would mean like if there is an Amiibo equivalent, it would have to be ThirdMat because ThirdMat is the default Crom. Ah, there we go. Balance is restored once again, and Robbie moves on to the next round. Well, someone has to take Bombs out, because Bombs is just kind of coasting in on not using his sword nearly enough for this to actually be a tournament of swords. So, Pyro fight, we've got a lot riding on you here. Okay, here we go. This is more magic. Honestly, her being Mithra here makes a bit more sense. Never mind, she's back to being Pyro. I was about to compliment her on strategy because Mithra being faster means she can close the distance quicker. But, her being Pyro just proves that she doesn't have any sort of logic to her skips. Oh, she was just out of range of grapple there. I don't know why he's trying to grapple. He doesn't. That's usually not his MO. I guess he's trying something different today. Ooh, swift retaliation there. If Bombs somehow manages to win this tournament, I think we'll just have to call this a wash. Which is ironic because one of the three Amiibo who got eliminated at the very beginning was the other Toon Link, the Courage? Is that what? Yeah, Courage. Okay, Pyro fight, you're not looking so hot right now, if I'm being perfectly honest. So you're really gonna have to step up your game if you really want to make me proud and take out the Toon Link bomb problem. Okay, I'm picking up what you're putting down. Ooh, okay. She could potentially still pull this off if she's not doing that. And the little menace moves on. Okay, Youngling and Leliana. Ooh, two titans. Stop it with the bombs! Both of you! Oh my gosh, Leliana's actually struggling. I wasn't expecting her to be losing this badly. Okay, there we go. That's her taking the lead. Honestly, I don't know. I find myself rooting for Leliana, but honestly, if Youngling progresses, he could potentially take out the bombs. Both of these guys, I think, could potentially take out bombs. Although Leliana does appear to be struggling slightly with range, so maybe I should be rooting for Youngling. Although Leliana wasting no time with that final smash. Somehow that managed to make Youngling choke. We could also just see this as Leliana's practice against projectile-based combat, because we know that's exactly what bombs will be doing. Ooh, is that going to be it? No, Youngling can still recover from that. Oh! Ooh, before he could even reach the ledge! Leliana, once again, moves on. Okay, Hero and Power. But now this one could... Like, I say it every time, but Hero now has a significant challenge up against him, because Power has proven himself to be quite the formidable foe. I actually don't know who I could see winning this one. Both of them, really. Although Hero takes the early lead, but we saw what happened with an early lead last time. Very nearly ended poorly for the man. Wow! Very clean from the protagonist. I'm actually kind of stunned by that. He didn't even lose a single stock. Okay, Mythol versus Robbie. Now, I'll be perfectly honest, the last tournament we did, this is the fight that I thought we were going to get at the very end with Robbie versus Mythol. Or it was either going to be Robbie versus Mythol, or it was going to be Robbie versus Hero. So, who knows, if Robbie wins this one, we could in fact have that Robbie versus Hero fight. Oh, we get a Thoron charge? We got a Thoron charge. And a teabag. Oh, wasted Thoron, though. Which you don't love to see. It did manage to get Mithril far enough off the stage, though, so Robbie takes the lead. It's not a significant lead, though, because, yeah, this is probably going to do it. You were a little careless there, Robbie. Okay, charging up another Thoron. Not quite a Thoron yet, but got charge on it. Okay, throwing that sword was your own detriment there, Mithril, because that made you miss your final smash. Okay, got a Thoron, got a Thoron. Like, she's consistently using Mithril's greatest weakness against her, and that is getting her farther away from the stage, so that no matter what, she has to lose a stock. Like, Robbie is showing the smarts that she should be having, which definitely fits Robin's character overall, being a tactician and knowing the best moves for the best fight. But when it comes to the actual, like, combat portion of it, Robbie is struggling a little bit. Okay, well, that just prevented Mithril from recovering. I don't think that's going to kill her yet, and that actually helped Mithril. She might not have been able to recover, honestly. We got another Thoron charged. Okay, well, don't even need a Thoron. Just don't mention Thoron. I guess that's my takeaway from this. Alright, you did good. You two lovebirds, you did good.
Semi-finals.
Okay, but now, Leliana, you need to really bring your A game here. We can't have bombs in the final. So far, so good. Using his own bomb against him. Oh, so far, so good. But this is still too early to tell. It could still potentially go horribly wrong. You know what happens when you assume. Oh, Leliana! Leliana bringing the heat. Oh, that would have been an epic way to end it. Sending him straight down like that. Oh, it's getting close. She might 3-stock him. Honestly, if this final smash hits... Oh, didn't need the final smash. Never mind. I always come up with, like, what would be the funnest way for the final stock to be eliminated, but then they always just use, like, a regular move, and that's what ends the fight. But the important thing is, the Reign of Terror has ended, and Bombs has been eliminated. He kind of knows he didn't deserve to be here, but he was just happy to have been involved. Honestly, he probably shouldn't have been involved at all, but it's okay. The timeline has been restored. Now it's that other hypothetical fight that I thought could happen. Let's see. I honestly, Robbie is still one of my favorites. I can't lie. I will always have a soft spot for Robbie. But I kind of think Hero's probably got this one. The protagonist just can't lose like that. Ooh, really good arc fire there. These two are pretty evenly matched, all things considered. Oop, never mind. And we got a final smash, so let's see. Crom might come in handy here. The power couple returns! Which, again, to be fair, I know Robin and Crom are not like everybody's cup of tea, and it's definitely not how everybody plays Fire Emblem Awakening. It's just my own personal time playing Fire Emblem Awakening. I did have them paired up, so that's kind of how I'm looking at it, as like a big family dynamic where Robin, Crom, and Lucina are all one happy family. Ooh! I didn't mention Thoron, and she actually used it properly! She's in the lead! Night is still young, so I'm not going to say she's got this, but oh my gosh, I'm actually really happy she used Thoron like that. She's waiting out that final smash. Which, to be fair, she did wait out the final smash, but she still lost the stock in the process, so was it worth it? Oh, but now she has her own final smash. I don't think that'll kill Hero, but you never know. The power of Crom might compel her. Oh! And protagonist has fallen. The plot armor has succumbed to the plot armor of another protagonist of another game. honestly, two absolute legends are facing each other here. Leliana, my love from Dragon Age, and Robbie, my favorite from this series. Anyway, let's get down to it. No matter who comes out on top this time round, I'm gonna be extremely thrilled, because two of my favorites up against each other. So far, it's looking like Robbie has quite the upper hand, but Leliana, we know, is really feisty. Just like that, already well into the lead. Never mind even playing field. Just interrupting every time. Oh, Leliana, you're a good one. I like you. Oh, that's bad for Robbie. That was an instant KO. There was no way she could, not be thrown off the stage from that final smash. Robbie, I believe in you too. I believe in both of them, honestly, so I don't know. We do have yet another Thoron charged. I really should stop mentioning Thoron, because that just means Robbie's not going to use it. Ooh, the flip. She's styling on her. Oh, and with that, the Tournament of Swords has ended, and Leliana has proven herself victorious.
The champion is me, Swordfighter.
Look at that. It's kind of anticlimactic that it's just the generic me in the champion screen here, but not to be outdone, Leliana has proven herself victorious. And thanks everybody for watching this fun little thing. I might actually just do stuff like this from now on, just like themed matches. Like we could have a magic-based tournament or fist-based tournament. Might be fun as well with all like punchy guys. I'll see what I can do, because I had a lot of fun doing this little like mini tournament thing. And I will see you all next time. Until then, just remember.
Oh look, my bruises form a pretty pattern.